Hill Seventh-day Adventist Church is celebrating 100 years.
It is day 23.
A terrific Thursday.
Hello, and today we are going to be making a vegetarian pizza with a yeast-free pizza dough. So the ingredients for my dough are flour, salt, baking powder, oil, sugar, and water. So first I'm going to take my all-purpose flour. You can use all-purpose flour, whole wheat flour, whichever flour you desire for your crust, and I'm going to sieve 4 cups of that. So right now I am just stirring 1 tablespoon of sugar into 1 cup of water to dissolve it. Add 1 teaspoon of salt, or you can totally skip the salt if you so desire. Next, I'm going to be adding 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And we mix it all together to make sure that everything is incorporated. And yes, I'm still mixing the sugar because all the crystals have not yet dissolved. Add 1/4 cup of oil. My oil of choice is coconut oil. And then I'm going to give this mixture a nice little stir. I add the water into the dough mixture. So the good thing about this dough is that because it does not have yeast, I do not have to wait a whole hour for it to rise. So that cuts down on the pizza making time. So what I'm going to be doing is consistently adding the water until all the flour comes together, kneading it as I go into a soft dough. So as I bring everything together in the bowl, the next step I'm going to do is to take this dough out of the bowl and put it on the countertop and knead it for about 5 or so minutes so that the dough becomes nice and soft. So when you're finished kneading the dough for about 5 minutes, you're gonna put the dough in a bowl. You can cover it with a dry cloth. In this case, I'm gonna use a wet paper towel and just leave it for at least 15 minutes to give it time to set. And in the meantime, I'm going to be working on the other part of the pizza. Okay, so while our dough is resting, I'm going to be making a garlic rub that's gonna go on the base of the pizza crust as well as the cheese. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I have already here 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna melt that down, and as that is melting, I'm gonna set up my blender to do the cheese. And today we are going to be doing a cauliflower mozzarella cheese. So let that butter melt. Here I already have my boiled cauliflower, and I'm gonna add let's start with 1/2 cup of soy milk. I'm going to pour this in here. I'm going to take my cauliflower that has already been boiled and add it to the blender. So our butter is already melted, and now we're going to add our herbs. I'm going to be using garlic powder and some Italian seasoning. Give it a nice mix. So we're going to rub it the bottom of the pizza crust. And now let's continue on with our cauliflower cheese. So I'm gonna add all my ingredients in here. I have the milk, I have the cauliflower, I'm gonna put in some salt. You can put in nutritional yeast, that is really optional. And I'm going to add in some agar powder. I right side should be using some tapioca, but I don't have that, so I'm going to use the agar powder instead. And you can also add some turmeric if you want it to have a little yellow color. I'm going to leave mine just like that. Do a little the consistency right now. Do a little taste test. Add a little bit more milk to get it just a little bit more runny. Now we're gonna put this on the stove. I'm gonna throw this into the saucepan to heat it. So it's starting to bubble up, and I'm gonna just keep stirring it. A little bit more agar. So it has thickened up. So I'm going to leave it on the stove just to cool a bit. Okay, so now we're here to assemble the pizza. My dough has been resting for a little while. So I'm gonna just get a little bit of oil, coconut oil, in this cover and just spread it around the base of my pizza pan. And add a little bit of flour to the bottom of the pan. So here is our dough, nice and soft dough. And put that down there and just roll him out. Use your hand to spread it. Yeah, take your hand is kind of much faster than the rolling pin for now. So you just push over to the edge of the pan. I already have my oven there preheated at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah. So here we have our dough unbaked, and I'm gonna get the garlic herb butter thing that I made and just spread it all around the bottom. And some sauce. And now the cauliflower. Please, so it's nice and thick. And we're gonna spread this all on here. And you put whatever toppings you want. Today I'm gonna be using a plant-based apple sausage. Up to you. I'm not gonna be adding onion and all those different things. You add on whatever you feel like adding on. I want to make myself feel less guilty, so I'm gonna add some kale. And then some corn. This is my pizza. And just so you don't the rest, you could put up the cheese if you want. I'm just gonna put it over the top. And I'm gonna put this in the oven for about 20 minutes. Here it is before.